everyone, here's Maria Carmen. Today I have one member from Catalyst. As you all know, I'm the Catalyst girl. Today I have Ken Adams. How are you doing today?
My name is Ken Adams. I'm also a pretty new member to Project Catalyst. I'm a new member to cryptocurrency in general and blockchain technology. Came around in January with that silver squeeze at the end of January and realized that blockchain technology is way more than I had ever imagined it to be. So I decided to start kind of pulling my head out of the sand from blue collar, white collar life into learning about this whole new segment of the world. It's been an amazing journey. And for me, learning about all of this, trying to keep up and catch up, it's been pretty wild ride so far. So.
And I know you're a YouTuber as well. I love the video with your son asking you what's blockchain, and then you go around and then you tell him what blockchain is, and you have how was it? How is your YouTuber life going?
It is growing. There's a lot to that, and I'm a fire chief, and I also do training as a fire instructor. So with the circumstances in the past year, we had to go virtual and learn how to do that. So we started to acquire the tools for that, video productions and using different programming. So wasn't completely out of the water with building videos, but I never had to build it to an audience of greater than 35 members of our team. Everything that we had was proprietary. So considering that 50 to 50,000 people could watch anything that I put on this screen, it's got a new level of weight to it. So I don't want to just put it out there and just let it sit on a channel that doesn't exist. I want to help. I really realized that since January, there's about 4 tenets that I've centered on, which is I really enjoy the idea of decentralization for many reasons. I want to participate in that, and actually right behind me is that's going to be a stake pool. That's a Raspberry Pi stake pool. So getting involved with becoming an SEO. I'm not there yet, but soon that'll happen, because I want to participate in that decentralization. I want to participate in the growth and governance that is around it. Project Catalyst community is phenomenal. There's some amazing people. There's amazing opportunities. The way that people act and react, it's fun. It's as if all the people I would ever hung out with on this planet found themselves right here. And it's a great community to be a part of. And I've been educating myself for the last 5 months straight. I wake up 3 or 4 hours before my normal everyday work. And when I have a quiet house, I wake up at 3:30, 3:45 in the morning, so that I'm in front of the computer learning at 4 a.m. And then I go to work at 7. So it takes me that much time to absorb and learn. And I like to imagine I'm a smart enough guy. I found that my niche, my thing, isn't just to educate myself, but to educate others. You obviously met my son. There's 2 other girls in my life and other family members and friends and everyone I care about that I feel need to know this, but I know they're not going to take 3 hours a day. They're not going to spend the time learning what I am. So Fund 5, I actually have a proposal in place, and that proposal has to do with it's called Interview with Keww in Fund 5 under value onboarding, where essentially I don't want to lose myself 6 months from now and say, oh, well, I know everything, so I'm good to go, or I'm still learning. I want to help bring everyone else along. I want to set that wagon up to pull people along and say, okay, you're about to walk this path. Let me save you hundreds of hours of effort and labor. And I do analogies. I do communications in a way that I can say, oh, well, that is like this is like that. And I feel like I can help build that bridge for people who have never been in the space to understand what the space is. And if we do that, and if we can make this project a success, and I can do it in a way that is supported by this Project Catalyst community, and it's supported in a way that it'll save you time too, and anybody else that knows where these videos are. It's a 10-part video series that goes from top to bottom, 30,000 foot view, and it never really hits the ground. It stays far enough high level so that somebody can get the idea of what a smart contract is, how it relates to what a regular contract is, what an NFT is, how it relates to a piece of art hanging on the wall. It doesn't dive too deep into the technicals. We, as in my level of person, really only needs to know that it exists, that there's an option outside of going to a museum and trying to buy a piece of art or invest in. Here's a new way to do things. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you're interested in that, here's the people you can talk to. Here's the programs you can use. And we'll hit a lot of those different areas and get to know people and see who people are. And I really, at the end, I hope that people get the idea of what's going on, find that little spot for them where they're comfortable, and then they'll know who to talk to. They'll know what projects to work with and learn from. And then they can go from there, find their area of interest. And if you and I are like, hey, I know an artist who really likes to do oil painting, but doesn't want to get in front of the computer, I can show him or her part 6 of this series and say, hey, watch this video. And now we know they're not getting into the hype videos. Now we know they're not getting into other platforms, because the goal in that selfish manner, I want everybody to land in Project Catalyst to grow from there. I want Cardano to grow. I want Emergo to grow. I want everything else that I'm learning about to become. I don't want everyone to become a developer, but I want developers. But I want to, if I know a developer, if I know an IT guy in the basement of my office, and I'm like, dude, you need to get involved with Project Catalyst so that you can get involved with Cardano so that you can build on this project. That I just want to point them right down. Hey, check out this little video, and it might be the primer. So that's the overall vision of it. I think that it may.
What you're telling me is like a copy of my journey when I came to Cardano in Found One. But yes, the difference when I came from Found One, we have nothing in place. No Discord, maybe a Telegram group, loads the forms on YouTube, in Google Drive, and see what you're building from Found 1, 2 to Found 4. It's amazing. We just evolve. And at the same time, I call myself an educator because being an educator doesn't require a diploma or doesn't require anything. We can teach from our hearts and the things we like to teach. And I have been doing this job on my channel here for around a year and 2 months or something. And I see you in the first stages of what I was almost a year ago. And it's so cool because it's like we are in circles. I'm going on for the more advantageous stuff, and you are coming in, get the guys that are coming in now. So we have all this recycling way to explain, because we explain things in a different way. And it's amazing because if you have 10 different people that explain the same thing in 10 different ways, and the possibility that people will get it right eventually is bigger. I'm saying this now because I tell my audience that I watch one of the commentary about Bitcoin 7 times. It was so good that I watched 7 times to guarantee that I would miss a thing. But I didn't watch because I want to buy Bitcoin. I want to compare Bitcoin to Cardano at the time. And I didn't know much about Cardano at the time, but if I knew one of them, I could start comparing, I could start learning. It's very exciting.
So what have you been doing in your world with you've been doing the YouTube video thing for, I know you're an ambassador. I know that you are also had a heavy hand and still working through Loveless Academy and trying to, you know, get that molded just right. And you have a very, very big presence in South America, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. I appreciate knowing that it amazes me how far reaching everything is. And, you know, the technology that exists on this planet is really, really cool.
I
So
know, but I also would like to thank you for your proposal, because it's like spot
yeah.
on about things that I like, and that is education.
Yeah.
In the first place, people in the community know that I'm very big in education and I love this part of the proposal, but it's very powerful as well, because I'm here telling people the power of video. I have been in the Cardano effect,
Yeah.
and my time was from
Yeah.
22 minutes to 42 minutes. And if you listen to that, I am just telling people the power of education, the power of videos. And you kind of came to put the two together as well. So it is just amazing how people come from all types of lives and backgrounds and
Yeah.
get together to build something cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And to me, building this platform, understanding YouTube algorithms and SEOs, the search engine optimization, all those kinds of things. I think the only negative feedback that I got from community or from community advisors or anywhere was like, oh, well, I think this guy's just trying to build his brand. It isn't that. I've talked to some marketers on this, and this project itself is about building 10 videos as a deliverable. When these 10 videos are delivered, everyone will have access to them. I would hope that because it's Project Catalyst funded and because it's Project Catalyst and Cardano focused, it's stripped down of any branding of Keww or anything like that. It's vetted, it's scripted, it's hosted, it's set up. And ideally, I would like to plant all of these on IOHK's site so that that's where that playlist resides. Then a greater audience has that. But it does take all of the branding, all of the optimization to make, you know, to build a platform so that it's not just somebody, hey, here's my raw video, cut it, paste it, set it out there. I've been doing a lot of research and practice trying to understand, you know, I think I might try some of these jump cut videos where I say everything and do everything, and I take it and you slip this pause is gone and go from syllable to syllable. And it just seems fast paced, but that's kind of the world we live in now, and that might have to be part of the element. You know, making things flash. I don't know if you ever knew who Ren and Stimpy were from back in the 90s, but the frame rates per second that just bounce, change that's the extreme I'm not going for. But try and keep it educational, where there's things in the screen that are moving, things that are happening that allow for education to take place, and put the pieces out there. May even do some animations, maybe do some GIFs. I might take and you know, take little post-it notes, animations, or just do screenshots. Well, there's a lot to grow, a lot to happen, but I want to make things simple. I want to take the complex and make it simple, very, very simple, and then take the very simple things and show where it fits in the complexity of this universe. So
All the things you said there show to me that you're really on top of the ball, because people think that have a YouTube channel is just record and post, but between recording, posting, and scheduling and editing and doing all of this goes a huge amount of time. For example, when I have interviews that they last an hour, will take me basically 3 hours to edit and then upload to YouTube, and then it goes to YouTube, and then I go to the back end of the the channel and change everything else for the settings to be, how to say, maximize the reach of the video. And it's absolutely spot on. I'm very happy that you are preparing yourself from the time comes, and I wish you all the best with your proposal in Catalyst. Thank you very much for your presence. I love your videos. Keep doing it. We learn and you get better as we do them. I don't like the first ones I did, you know, but
I know.
I'm here now and we are having fun and networking with each other, all because of my videos that and my idea of a channel that started a long time ago. So I think it's very interesting the connection we can make in Cardano.
Absolutely. Yep. I think that has a lot of room to grow. The power and strength of the algorithm that exists. We don't have to recreate that algorithm to spread this message. We can just use that algorithm. And that's what I'm trying to learn, that is so that I think the YouTube shorts are pretty powerful, because I just did one the other day where I'm standing on a hill in a park and I'm like, hey, voting for Project Catalyst Fund 4 ends in 3 days. Don't forget to vote. Don't, you know, and it took 16 seconds. By the time I walked from there back to where I started, it was already posted and it was out there. Now I had to come back and then start adding to it. I get back in front of my computer and exactly that. There's all the back end stuff that has to happen to have the keyword searches, to put the screenshot on it, to change things up and make it happen. But you know, I'm looking at an audience right now, just to date stamp it. I have, I think, 63 amazing, perfect, generous subscribers. So thank you all. And I think they're all engaged subscribers. There's nothing that everybody, you know, I always get feedback on videos from people that are looking to improve. I think you're only about 100 times more popular than I am on the subscribership front, but that's also because you have a year plus advantage in getting out there, putting things in there and doing things. So you know, if all of us kind of start to, I hate to say it this way, but it's true, game the system, use the system that's available to us, as especially you being focused in Project Catalyst, myself as well. That's the niche I'm finding myself in. This is an amazing community, and I'm finding myself to be a part of it. But sometimes we need those reminders, like voting starts, voting ends, get your submissions in, call your devs, talk to your people. Yeah. So those are, if we can do that briefly and get it quickly out there and just kind of keep putting that message out there, that may help out as well. So thanks, Maria.
No problem. See you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.